What's up, nerds? Welcome back to my channel. I always feel like I look so funny with my hair like back like this, but like it needs to go back because yeah, it just needs to. I need to wash today. I'm gonna wash it today, so it's gonna look crazy, so we have to slick it back. Anyway, as you guys saw the title, we'll be doing my July reading wrap up. I almost said August. We'll be doing my July reading wrap up. I really just am wanting to get this up, get it over with, get it done, and not be for any other reason than I just want to like jump into August in my August books and that whole nine. And so, yeah. First, if you guys like reading wrap-ups, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. I got glass straws, finally. I was using like a stainless steel, I guess it was. I don't know. And I just didn't like it. It's not as cute either with like the glass cup, obviously. I had one of the lids, but like I don't care that much. So just need the glass on the glass. Cute, right? Can you tell what kind of mood I'm in today? Can you tell? Can you? Like squirrel. Like I should mention that those books look so ugly and I could just reorganize them, but it's really not that serious in my head, number one. Number two, I just like to divide my TBR books for the month into like videos so that my brain knows. So anyway, I digress. First things first, a lot of these books were actually in reading vlogs because just how I like to do it, and I like to give you like better opinions than just the quick like minute that I'm talking about these books, but I still do like to put them all together so that if you don't want to watch the reading vlogs or you missed the reading vlog, whatever it was, and you just kind of want a quick review, it is here. We're here. That's why we do these. So first things first, I did read the Tandem Read. I started off the month right. Technically, you finish Empire of Storms first. Both of these are 5 stars. Like, this series is one of my favorites. I haven't even finished the series yet, and I know that it's going to be, like, one of my top 5 favorite series of all time. I think it's incredible. Sarah J. Maas is so brilliant, so talented. And honestly, I wasn't, like, obsessed with, I wasn't, like, full-on hype for Sarah J. Maas during ACOTAR, even after ACOTAR, but like after this series, yo, Sarah J. Maas is a genius, and I love her writing, love her books. I will read whatever she puts out. Crescent City's coming, don't you worry. And so 10 out of 10. I just love these books. I can't really say much about them though because it's kind of the final books in the series. I will say this quickly again in case you missed it. I 10 out of 10 recommend Tandem reading them. This book has the main character in it. Selena's in this whole book, but she's not in this one, and so if you're reading this one first and this one second, it's gonna be annoying and it's gonna ruin this book for you. But I think this book is so incredible that don't let it ruin this book for you. This book is so good, and so I feel like yeah, just read them together and you'll enjoy both the books just as much. Not as each other, because this one's still like better, but this one's still 5-star. Like it's still incredible. But you'll enjoy this book a lot more than other people do, based on what I'm seeing. To mention, we had a lot of 5-star reads this month, and I'm not complaining. Like, I'm so happy about that. I don't even know. I ended up reading 15 books this month. Honestly, I was stuck at 10 for a while there, and then something just came over me. That's what it was. I got my Kindle. I got my Kindle, and then I was just like, okay, reading everything. Everything. Okay, that's why only 5 more books, but you know what I mean. Next, I did read Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. I actually gave this one a 4.25 though. I was torn with this one. I just feel like it just feels like, I don't know. It's when you compare it to Butcher and Blackbird, it's just not as good as Butcher and Blackbird. When you compare it to like a regular romance, it's like a normal romance. Like it's sort of enemies to lovers and just like whatever. And then it has like little bits of like the serial killer romance, but it's not as iconic as Butcher and Blackbird. And so I feel like it was like a hard to follow up. That's a hard book to follow up, I can only imagine. But it just wasn't my favorite. But again, not a bad book. Like it was enjoyable. I gave it 4.25 stars, but wasn't my favorite in the whole world. I'm excited for the last book. I just hope that it's like really well. Like not that I want books to be creepy because I don't like horror, like I don't like scary books, but I feel like there needs to be a certain like, I don't know, like a little bit more of that like I don't know. I don't know. A little bit more of that weirdness that they are kind of like, do I enjoy this? Does that make me psycho for enjoying this? Does that make sense? But whatever. We finished that. Moving on. Then I read Forged by Malice by Elizabeth Helen. If you guys have not heard me talk about this series, this is the Beasts of Briar series. We have book 3, book 4 is coming out, I think in November. Should be out soon. I'm so excited about it. This is... This is definitely not gonna be for everyone, so look up warnings, that whole 9. I feel like we were so close, oh my gosh. But it's so enjoyable. I think that these are really big books, but the fantasy's fun. It's so good. It is open door, that's the intent, so don't think it's not gonna be, but definitely look up some warnings if you're like, what's this about? But I love it. They do have a page actually right in the front. It says, trigger warnings. Alright, then we have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I loved this book. I ate it up. I gave it 5 freaking stars. I ate this up. I'm sorry, I gave this book 4.5 stars. Just so you know, 4.5 stars. This one, I ate it up. I thought it was so good. I just can't. Javier. I keep wanting to call him Xavier. I just loved him. I thought he was so, like, I don't know, he's just everything I love. Like, very, like, flirty, but also, like, hilarious. Like, just a bunch of things, super fun. I think I love the way she kind of did this one because, yes, he's sloth, but it's not a turn off his, like, laziness, because it's not, like, laziness as much as, like, I don't know, lack of motivation. I don't know, lack of purpose. That's one way. Like, it's not a turn off, and so I appreciate that, because, you know, lazy people, sometimes you're like, okay, like, if you're really doing nothing and you're really just being like it's like a turn off, but this wasn't, and so I loved that. I honestly loved Sloan as well. I'm in this romance group, and we were laughing on Facebook, because we were like, why are there so many books with Sloan in it? And I think I read 2 this month alone with Sloans in it, and I was like, what the heck, 2 or 3? I don't know. I definitely read more than 1 book with a Sloan in it, but I thought this was so good. If you have not started the series, I love the series. It's better than the Twisted series. Don't come for me. Is this the one? No. Then we read Falling for Gage by Mia Sheridan, another 5-star. I love this book. I love this series. Someone gave me the word, and now I can't remember. Magical realism. I didn't know what it was called, and I'm sitting here trying to describe it, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but that's what it's called. And I love that. Love that. It's one of those things that, like, I never know that I love it until I'm reading it, and I never think about it to, like, look for other books within, but it is in one of Abby Jimenez's books, where it's, like, this pull to, like, a certain place, or, like, the town, they say, like, oh, the town's not gonna let you leave, and you're like, huh? But not in, like, a scary, spooky way, but just, like, in a way, just in a magical way. You know what I mean? It's so bizarre, but obviously it's not a fantasy. So that was kind of this, so she felt like this calling to go whatever, and then the town, it was similar, like, the town's not gonna let you leave, or like the town's calling to you, or she's meant to be here, that kind of stuff, and you're kind of like, huh? But I love it. I think it's so beautiful, and Mia Sheridan is an artist. This series, I get nervous. I want to read more of her books, but I don't know where to start. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. But this is the 3rd book in the Pelion Springs, I don't know what I'm saying, in the Pelion town. It's with Archer's voice, Travis, then this one, and these are so good, and every time I read them, I eat them up. These are, you get updates from all the characters. So you get all the updates from Archer and his family, and then you get updates from Travis, and y'all, these are more connected than you think. I'll just tell you that, because now I hope that encourages you to read this book. It's so good. Chef's Kiss. 10/10. Okay. Oh my gosh, another great book. I was thinking about this book the other day. It literally popped in my head, and I was like, yo, that book was good. This is Broken Vow by Sophie Lark. Another 5-star. I know. I know. But this book is so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. So, Riona is her name. Riona, yeah. Riona and Raylan. I feel like, wow, maybe he just didn't call her that. Riona and Raylan. Anyway, Raylan is the cutest. He's the best. He's like he's giving Chestnut Springs a little bit. He's just giving like cowboy rancher, but like he's also her bodyguard. And you're like, yeah. And then you end up, there's a couple scenes on the farm, on the ranch. Oh my gosh, it's giving like, I don't know. It's not billionaire, it's mafia romance meets Chestnut Springs. And ate it up. Ate it up. It was so good. Loved it. Gave me all the feels. I felt everything with these characters. You laugh, you cry, the whole thing. And I honestly like this book. I don't know. It really shot up there on this list of books. It's kind of it's kind of like opposites attract style, but not complete opposites. It's kind of like you didn't know you were actually that similar. You thought you were more opposite than you are kind of vibes. But I think if you've not read the series, you need to. Another series I love. So 5 freaking stars. Oh my gosh. Alright, then we read Powerless by Elsie Silver. This book actually surprised me. I did give it 4.25 stars, but like, honestly, I thought I was going to give it 2-3 stars because people do not love this book. I could see why there's not an obsession with it, but I definitely feel like I feel like it's pretty consistent with the series so far. I think this is book, this is book 3 then. But I feel like it's pretty consistent. I don't feel like it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I know the second book is incredible, but to me that felt like an anomaly. Like, oh yeah, that book is incredible, but the first one and this one are pretty much like the same. Like, they're super corny, they're very cheesy, they're very like, I don't know, it's just obviously not realistic, but like just very corny, cheesy. But you go into it expecting that, and so if you don't expect that, then maybe that's the problem. But like, since I expected it, I actually enjoyed this. I thought it was fun. I think her name is Sloan. Yeah, Sloan and Jasper. And I thought Jasper was super cute too. There were a couple moments where I was just like, okay, can we wrap this up or something like that? Like, cut out 50 pages or something. But I don't know, it all turns out super cute. And it was just fun. You're like, okay, I just want like a romance. You know what I mean? That's what I was giving. So I like that. He's not really rancher-ish. I don't know. Whatever. It was cute. 4.25. Alright, so then we read Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. Y'all didn't tell me that I was gonna love this book so much. I'm like, I want to read the next book so bad, but I know it's in my Wrapped, one of my Wrapped books, but I know too there are a couple books that are like single parent trope or accidental pregnancy, and I want to save those for a blog. Yeah, what do we think? I think you like that idea. Anyway, so that convinced me to not like go open all these books and read it, because I loved this book. I ate it up. I do not like mystery or suspense or anything like that. I mean, sorry, well, mystery in the sense of scary. Like, I don't like, because that's hard, because I don't mind mystery. I just don't like being scared is the thing. What is the other word? Mystery? Thriller, maybe is the word? I don't know. I don't like being scared, basically. But this one is the perfect, like, kind of incorporation of a little bit of suspense, a little bit of, like, wait, what's gonna happen? But it's not terrifying, number one. Number two, it's also not, it's also not focused solely on that. There's a lot of the romance too, which I love. There's also like this introduction of this small town. Like, there's so many components to it, and I was like, yo, how did she write this book? First of all, it's not that long. It's a pretty short book. I don't want to say short. Yeah, it's less than 300 pages. It's a little bit, it's like 330. Like 320 pages. Like, it's not a long book, and she did so much, but also gave you a full mystery and the solving of the mystery in one book. Like, I love that. I thought that was so beautiful, and I'm like, yo, there's another series by Devney Perry that I want to read too. I just, like, need to finish up some of these series so that I can get more series, because I want to read the one, it's with Coach. I think that one is also single dad or single parent or accidental pregnancy, one of those. But I'm so, like, I want to read it so bad because I ate this up and it surprised me. I gave that 5 stars if you couldn't tell. This is a reread. Sorry, trying to pick it up. This is a reread. This is The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mara. This is the first book in the Windor series. This is my favorite series. I don't know. It's so hard. It depends on the day, but I love this series so much. If you have not read it, she's a beaut. So many books. The final book is coming out in August, and I could die. I will cry because the series is so good. But I reread, I wanted to reread the whole thing, but some of the books I skipped, you'll see. But I love this book. If you don't know, the Windors, basically all of they're like 5 brothers and 1 sister. Yeah, 5 brothers and a sister, something like that. And their grandmother actually picks, they're all in arranged marriages, so the grandmother picks who they marry. But when they're in these arranged marriages, so that they get their inheritance, they have to follow a couple rules. One, they can't like spend more than 3 days apart. They have to sleep in the same bed every night that they're together, and then like they have to be married for at least 3 years. Oh, and then they also have to like try. They have to like actually try to be a married couple. There's no like having the affair on the side and then like just for the show of it. It's not like that. And so I love that. Love that. You can see how that all ends, and I love just like, that's so genius to like make that the premise. So you know every book is gonna be like that, but you kind of see a lot of them are like, some of them they don't want to get married. This one, he was supposed to marry the sister. Yeah, the girl's sister. So chaos, but 10 out of 10 recommend. Love that series. A reread, so again 5 stars. This book surprised me. It's been sitting on my Kindle forever, like on my Kindle Unlimited forever, and I'm trying to clear out my Kindle Unlimited. So at the end of the month, not usually, but I've been trying to, when I finish my TBR for the month, or as many books as I'm gonna on my TBR for the month, I want to try and make it a goal to clear off my Kindle, basically, to try to read more books off my Kindle. And so I was like, oh, let's just try this and see what it is. This book was so good. This is Holcord by Raven Jean. Raven Jean, y'all, she surprised me. This is I think it's gonna be a 4-book series. There's only 2 books out right now. But basically it's kind of like, it's kind of like a play. It's kind of like a play on like heaven. Well, I would say like angels and devils in a sense, but they're not necessarily like devils, like demons, like, ugh, this sucks. Like, it's not like that. It's not like that, but it's kind of just like, they are like these creatures that are like, have horns, and like, they're supposed to be the bad creatures, and then there's like the good creatures. They're like, oh, but honestly, like, the thing between them is that, like, the good creatures aren't necessarily good. They're just like, you know, have wings, and like, they're supposed to whatever, you know what I mean? They're not actually good people though sometimes, and then same with the other people, like some of them are actually good that have like the horns and stuff, so it just depends. But basically they're kind of like, I was gonna say too, it's kind of similar to like vampires as well, but then there's like this human world, and I guess there are passage to the human world from both of their places, but the passage closed, and so now only one person from basically each side can get through, and so it's just chaos, and then they like don't want people, whatever, it's someone's trying to like take over the human world, whatever. But I'm like, yo, why is this so good? I ate this up. It's very open door. If you do not know, there also is a list of trigger warnings at the beginning if you're curious to, just because, you know, I like when they do that just because to warn people, you know, but I love this book so much I did give it 5 stars, and I did start the second book. I only got halfway and then I stopped, and it wasn't like, it was just because I was not in the mood for fantasy anymore. I read a bunch of romances, you'll see, after, for the most part, so I just wasn't in the mood anymore, but like I did start it, I just have to finish it, I'm enjoying this series a lot. Alright, then I have to pop in a picture because I read this book on my Kindle. This book wasn't even originally on my Kindle. I don't know where I found it. I think I just probably looked it up or something like that. I'm a novella girl. I love something short and sweet. I know that they're not going to be like this full developed thing. They're going to be quick. So I love novellas. So I read, this is a little short story novella. It's called Alpha Inmate. Oh crap, I don't have her name. It'll be on the screen. But I gave this book 3 stars. It was like, it was fine. It was just very quick. I guess there's a part 2 to this book too, or a second book, and I'm like kind of interested. It got the job done. It was just supposed to be super quick, entertaining, something unique. I just think I don't love Omegaverse. This is not my favorite. I think from the 2, I think Bride by Allie Hazelwood might be Omegaverse, and then the one by The Fake Meat. Those they're not given. I don't know. And so, but I read another one, you'll see. But then I read The Unwanted Marriage by Catherine O'Mara. Did I tell you I gave Alpha Inmate 3 stars? Sorry. Then I read The Unwanted Marriage by Catherine O'Mara. So this is book 3. I did skip book 2 because I didn't want to read it, but I love this story so much. This is Faye and Dion, and I know a lot of people don't love this book because it is like, normally in the real world, this would be crazy. This would be psycho. It really would be like a hard, like it would be really hard. But I love this book so much. I thought it was so good, and I love just the characters so much. I love Faye, and you'll read, I just like, I don't know, she has a special place in my heart, and if you read this series, you'll know. I don't want to spoil too much, but like, and Dion is like, oh my gosh. I just want to hug him. I love him so much. So I love the characters. Same thing as the other one, so won't talk too much. Alright. That was a reread, of course. 5 stars. And then we read The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. If you're like, Marissa, what? Yes, I'm so sorry. So this is actually on my August TBR, but I filmed that video a little early just because I needed to kind of figure stuff out. I honestly like tried really hard. You saw how many books, even rereads. I reread a few books. I read a bunch of books on my Kindle. I tried really hard to stop myself from reading this book until August, and I couldn't hold out. And then, so I just got really excited, so I started it, and now I'm obsessed. I'm addicted. I'm falling into the Inheritance Games trap. I have all the rest of the books that we will be reading, and then they will be up in a vlog very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm obsessed, though. I gave this 5 stars, so 10 out of 10, and I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and we're gonna see like how this whole series goes, because I am reading these, and then I'm gonna go buy, when it comes out, I'm gonna go buy, I think it comes out today, like uploading this, I believe the new series comes out today from her, and I'm like, oh, I'm buying it. Buying it! So very excited. Alright, last but not least, I read, this book is The Bounty, by, I think her name is like Liliana Carlisle. Actually, that is her name. Liliana Carlisle, I believe. She wrote The Alpha Inmate as well. Again, she likes Omegaverse, I guess, and I fell into the trap. This book just seems so interesting because there's this concept of like, there's this place that they steal Omegas, and then they just keep them there, for like, yeah. And so they keep them there and they lock them in their rooms, but apparently they're like, oh no, this is paradise, like you can get whatever you want, you can buy whatever you want, money's not an option, but like when an alpha comes, like just let them do whatever. Like, absolutely the freak not. But anyway, so this girl basically, she doesn't want to go there, and so she's running away, but then she runs into a pack of alphas, and they're like, do we turn her in, do we not? So you get to see that whole story, and it was just a quick short one that was, it wasn't that short, it was just a normal size, but it was just a quick, I keep saying quick, it was just it was just something to kind of like entertain me while I was like trying to not read other books. I started this before the Inheritance Games. Did I? I don't know, it was just supposed to entertain me while I waited for the August to come, I guess. I don't know, I just read this super quick. My brain is going 80 miles per hour, I don't know why. It was just supposed to be something that was supposed to just, like, entertain me for a while. It wasn't bad, it was just, like, I don't know, again, the werewolves, whatever, they don't turn to wolves ever, which I was laughing. Someone wrote that, and I was like, honestly, same. Why don't they ever turn to wolves? I guess they're, like, whatever, I don't know. I guess that's what Omegaverse is, though. That they're humans, but like with werewolf tendencies. I don't know, but it's just not for me, I think. And so I gave that one 3 stars, so it's not bad. It's just very open door, the whole 9, so yes. Alright, guys. I know this is a longer one, but I need to talk to you all the time, and you always need to talk too much. But I'm so excited. Oh, I did want to mention too, I am in the middle of the second Inheritance Games. What is it called? The Hawthorne Legacy. I'm in the middle of it. I just got halfway, and so I might finish it before the month because I still have like a day or two, and I'm trying to read this series super quickly because you will see for what video. So I'm trying to bang these books out, but they're taking me forever. They're not taking me forever, but whatever, I don't know, but I didn't finish it yet, is all I'm trying to say. So I can't obviously talk too much about it. I'm loving it so far. But we'll see. But you'll see that video, so fret not if I do finish it before the end of July. It'll all be in a vlog, so you'll be able to see my opinions, my thoughts, the whole 9, and I'm actually so excited. So anyway, and that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds!